Hi, how is everyone? It's one of those Thursdays that I get to come to you live, and I am excited to be doing so. For those of you that are new to me, hi, I am Aimee of AimeenRaupp.com, and I am in the field of women's health and more specifically fertility. I've had the honor of helping women get and stay pregnant or manage through their fertility struggles for 2 decades. I've written a handful of books, and I love this community here. Instagram is one of my favorite places to hang out, so I'm so happy to be with you all, and happy anniversary. Thank you. Yesterday was my anniversary with my husband, and we had a nice celebration. And I do feel a little hungover today, though, I had some wine, but also I had some food that maybe isn't, always in agreement with me. And so today I feel a little like, ah. And in fact, I have a filter on now on the Instagram because I'm like, today's a filter kind of day. I love myself, but today use a little perk. Anyway, I wanted to come to you guys today and talk about how to manage Mother's Day, because it's really shitty for all of those who want to be a mother, or even if you are a mother and you're trying for a second, and Mother's Day is just this reminder of the struggle. It's the reminder of, for a lot of you, of a club that you don't yet belong to, that you're trying like fucking mad to belong to, and it's not working for you, and it's really hard. And it's like one of those, holidays. It's just kind of everywhere, right? Flowers and cards and every store you walk into, and pink, and it's all happy and celebrate the mothers. And it's like, it's such a hard time. I mean, even for me, having gone through a miscarriage, it's a reminder of that child that I don't have, right? And I know many women, it's like there's grief in your own fertility struggle, and then others have also lost mother figures, or their moms or their grandmothers, and so it's a heavy day and time, and we're inundated. I mean, I was just actually looking at my inbox right before we came on here, and literally, let's see, April showers bring May flowers, Happy Mother's Day, Thrive Nantucket. I mean, I have probably right now 5, 6, 7 emails about Mother's Day sales, which look at this, for every kind of mom, Peloton, right? Ads, like, and no offense to anybody, right? Nobody's trying to hurt feelings. No one's trying to make you feel bad, but it's a very triggering holiday, especially when all you want to do is become a mom, and you've dedicated so much of your time, your energy, your resources, emotional, physical, financial, to becoming a mom. So first off, what I want to say to all of you is that I honor you. I honor how you show up for yourself. I honor that you are here. I honor that you are still here. I honor your dedication and your commitment. This is not easy. Dealing with fertility struggles absolutely sucks. And I want you, and I deliberately came to you this Thursday and not next Thursday, knowing that Mother's Day is the Sunday, the 14th or whatever it is, I think. 14th? Because I think the number one way to survive is to have a plan. So to think about, and I think we could all use like time right now, emotionally checking in, like wherever you are, if you can sit still for a second, if you're driving or walking, maybe not, but just tune in. Like, what is the feeling I get when I think of Mother's Day? Does it make me mad? Does it make me sad? Does it make me happy? Does it make me excited? And only you're going to know how you feel. And then at any point you get to change your mind too, but I think we're about a week and a half out. What does it feel like when I see the cards in the store, or the flowers, or the Mother's Day sales and all this stuff? How am I feeling? How is it making me feel? And then what can we do to manage that? So I think the first things first is like, I'm here to honor you, to honor your commitment, your dedication, your resilience, and also your exhaustion and your grief and your anger. It's all real and it's all right. So I think if you can write something down right now, I want you to write down, it's okay to not be okay. It's okay to feel all the feelings I'm feeling. And then I want you to think about it. Many of you have mothers in your life, whether they're your actual birth mother or a mother figure or grandmothers or aunts or friends or whomever that you do want to honor and celebrate. But I want you to really check in. How does that make me feel? Am I forcing myself to go to this brunch or this luncheon or to send these cards and I feel really, really sad? And so what I was thinking is giving yourself a ritual to do to honor how you're feeling. I wrote here, I made a bunch of notes of like a ritual to honor the grief is what I wrote. Because I think that's at the core of it is grief, right? It's the missing out, it's the not having, it's the lack of, right? And so at the core of any trigger around Mother's Day is grief. And so is there a ritual you can do at some point this month, this time frame, to honor that grief? And so things I was thinking about, or what I mean is writing a letter, maybe to, it could be to a doctor that you're mad at. It could be to your body, to your uterus, to your ovaries, to the universe, to God, to your spirit baby. So it could be a letter that you need to like lash out and get things out. You're mad, you're pissed, you're angry. It could be a letter of hope to the child that you are dreaming of coming through. It could be a letter that's, talking about your longing and what you can't wait to share with this child when they come through. Just some sort of ritual. It could also be just like a walk in nature where you're listening to music or putting on a song, in a room that feels private and safe, and dancing and singing and crying. Just some space that you're going to give yourself to honor how you're feeling. And, I'm throwing a bunch of things out there because everybody's going to resonate with different things. I've had plenty of women do the letter thing, and they, we make a list. Who are the people that, you're pissed at, and it could even be yourself, or I'm mad at my ovaries, I'm mad at my uterus, I'm mad at, my doctor, or I'm still grieving those miscarriages or that miscarriage. And so is it a letter to the baby? Is it a letter about the miscarriage? Whatever feels right. Or is it a walk in nature? Or is it, if you're in any communities that feel safe, like communities with other women that are dealing with fertility challenges, is there something that you plan with one of them, right? Where, why don't we all get together for lunch on Saturday or Sunday? Or people that you feel safe with, that you can be you. So really thinking about, how does Mother's Day make me feel? And I want you to write down those emotions, any ones that come up, and then almost create like a statement that you're going to say, like, it's okay to feel X. It's okay to feel X for every single emotion. Really honor yourself. It's okay to feel all the feelings. It's okay to actually be really sad and mad about Mother's Day and also love your mother and want to honor her, right? It's okay to just want to stay in bed all day on Mother's Day and say no to every single plan. It's okay to fake it if you need to, right? It's okay to do all the things. It's also okay to escape. Another thing I was thinking about is creating like a spam filter in your email. Anything that says the words Mother's Day, have it go to spam. So you don't see it. So it doesn't trigger you. On the actual day, have a plan. What is your plan going to be? I want you to think about that now. It's 10 days away. What is my plan going to be for Mother's Day? Am I going to commit to this one thing and then I'm going home and I'm watching movies all day, crying, feeling sorry, whatever it is. What is my plan? Or if you're in a partnership and your partner's also feeling it, maybe you plan a day to go away or a day that you get massages. I mean, of course that requires resources, but or a day that you're just like gonna go for a long drive and go check out a town that you've never been to before. I mean, you're still probably gonna get triggered. You're probably still gonna see signs for Mother's Day, but like this is our gift to each other. So thinking about what's my plan gonna be. So checking in on your emotional scale. How am I feeling? Creating some sort of ritual to honor the grief in any of the emotions. Reminding yourself it's okay to not be okay. And a big part of it is be easy on yourself. Don't judge yourself. If you need to say no to a Mother's Day luncheon because you just don't have the heart to do it right now, you do that, okay? You say no. And if you feel inspired to say yes, and then you change your mind the morning of, that's okay too, right? I don't want you to judge yourself. I want you to really honor yourself here. You are the priority. And I think the world and the media doesn't necessarily make us think that that's okay, but it is okay. And those who love you should understand. And if they don't, one day they might. Maybe you don't have the energy right now to explain it, but maybe one day you will. And maybe that's a letter you write too, of like, maybe to yourself of, I'm so sorry. I think almost like coming from your higher self to yourself. You're struggling, you're in pain, this is hard. One day you will get to the other side of this in we're not sure how that's going to look, right? No promises in that statement, but one day, one thing that's certain is change, right? So one day it might not be as painful. Hopefully one day you are celebrating Mother's Day as a mom. And for those of you that can go there, that might be your ritual or your exercise to imagine what Mother's Day will feel like. I think that's going to bring up a host of pain and tears as well. But some people can go there and others can't, right? I have plenty of women that have had their children after struggles, and Mother's Day is still really hard for them because they remember the struggle of getting there. They remember their losses. They remember the financial investments. They remember the years and years of struggle. And it's just like expecting the baby to bring you joy. It quite often doesn't happen like that. It's there's trauma here. There's a lot that you have been through. No matter how long your journey is or how complicated, it doesn't matter. Your journey is yours. And so it really comes back to, I think just checking in of, am I feeling triggered right now? Who are my safe people, right? Maybe that's another thing to think about. Who are my safe people that I can be with on that day that know I'm going to be sad and it's going to be heavy for me? Who are those people? And envision that day. How do I want to spend it? What is my plan? What are the things that I'm going to do for me? Do you guys have any ideas of what your plans are going to be for Mother's Day or how you're planning to manage it? Or do you have any questions for me around Mother's Day and like how to handle certain things? You guys can ask them just right here in the comments if you want. That might be easy too. And I want to look through here too. This was another one I read. I read it, I think, on the Resolve page, which I thought was a really nice thing to think about of, is there an organization you can volunteer your time to on that day? Is there like, any homeless organizations or, anything like that, the soup kitchens or anything where you can go and kind of immerse yourself in helping others. I think Deepak Chopra is the one who says it, like the number one way to shift out of our own pain is to help another person who's suffering. So that's another thing, again, to think about and plan. And it's like getting into the community, giving back and getting out of your body. And it could also just be like, you know what, that's the day I just want to watch movies and stay in bed all day. So let's start picking out the movies. What's going to be on the list, right? Or is it a day you want to go to the library and just read and check out? Okay, so like really come up if I don't have children, how can I celebrate? Especially my mom passed away. Exactly. So it's sad. And thank you for sharing, Surah. I don't know what your full name is, but I'll call you Surah for now. So that's it. It's like, I feel left out. I don't have anything to celebrate. My mother is passed. I don't have children. This day makes me feel left out, and that feels sad. So it's a day of grieving. Is there something you could do to honor your mother that day? My daughter usually takes me out for lunch downtown on Mother's Day, which that's nice. And it's like, if you feel like you can share, like, I think that's it too, of like who you're going to be with that day. Do they feel safe to know that this isn't like a sunshine and roses kind of day for everybody? This is a hard day. It's, and Father's Day as well, for all the men out there that are in couples with women struggling. I mean, it's hard. It's hard. This is just a hard time of year. And I think there's this expectation that we're just supposed to be like happy and jolly. And even for, I think, women or men that aren't necessarily in the struggle, it's not a happy, jolly time. Not everybody had a great mother or a great upbringing or a great father or people that they want to celebrate. And then to not also to feel like Sexy Red, thank you, that you feel the same. It's like, I feel left out. And everywhere I look right now for literally the next 2 weeks is like Mother's Day down your fucking throat. It just jams it in, especially obviously here in the US. So just to really think about, like, maybe there's a saying, like when you see that Mother's Day sign or you get that Mother's Day email, I would love for you to label how you feel. That makes me feel angry, sad, left out, mad, like I want to cry, like I want to delete this email. Okay, and then remind yourself, it's okay to feel that way. It's okay to not be okay. And then if we can take it one step further and say, and I honor myself and my commitment to the desire that I have to bring a child through. I honor myself and my commitment to the desire that I have to bring this child through. I honor myself and my commitment to myself, to my health, to bringing this child through. To bring it back to acknowledge how you show up, how you have been showing up, and then also to never, ever, ever underestimate the struggle. And so I think it's just coming up with the plan. Okay, what am I going to do for the emails? What am I going to do when I'm out and about? What am I going to do if I get invited to this? How, and if you do have a mother that you love and adore and you want to celebrate her, but it's just a really hard day for her, you just say to her, can we pick a day in July and I'm going to take you to lunch? Or are you okay if I'm just going to send you flowers and a card this time? Because I'm going to get out of town for a day or two, or I'm going to take a long drive, or, I just feel like staying at home and being in bed. This year I just feel really sad. So who you feel safe with, you share with, right? And those people love you, that's my take. And they want to honor the way you feel. And if they can't understand that or they take it the wrong way, just bow out. It's okay to say no. I don't want you to judge yourself. And I want you to just think about, like, okay, what is my plan for that day? Because I think we're already thinking about it. It's just like, I think Halloween's a really hard one. For Easter's hard. All these kid holidays, Christmas, if that's what you celebrate, these are all really hard. And so what is our plan? And remembering too of like, you're still here because somewhere deep down you do have hope. And so the real plan is that we're going to get to the other side of this. But I'll tell you too, I have, so many women that have helped or that I've been a part of their journey. And Mother's Day is still hard, even being a mom, because it's still a reminder And there's an imprint that's been left, you know, of this struggle, and it's a part of your cloth and a part of your thread, and I think it always will be. And I don't think that's not a bad thing. I don't know how I want to feel on Mother's Day. It's hard. It is hard. It is hard, you know, and especially you, Michelle, like, I mean, I've gathered from your comment, and I, you know, it's hard to have children and then to also long for others, or to have had losses. It's like you're straddling two different worlds, right? And so I think, but that's what I think you just say, like, it's a hard day. And you know what? Maybe you give yourself permission to decide what you want to do that day on that day. And we don't have to have plans. You could fake being sick. Tell people you woke up with a stomach bug, right? You could, like I said, you know, choose to sneak away. I think it's hard to avoid Mother's Day anywhere in the U.S. right now. But like, I'm just planting the seed. I want us to all think about it, because preparation is really important. You know, how are we going to prepare ourselves with this kind of with this expected day coming up? Drinking my soda. Anyone else have any ideas? So I love the idea of a ritual. It could be writing a letter, like I said, dance, could be saging your house, you know, getting some crystals out, making, you know, a manifestation list. I mean, it kind of just really depends on where you're at in your mindset. Some people are going to need to get anger and grief out. Some people are feeling hopeful and optimistic and want to use the day as a way to kind of plan. So only you're going to know that. But I think step one is the emotional check-in. And maybe you do a few over the next few days. How do I feel about Mother's Day? How do I feel when I see that sign as I'm driving down the road? How do I feel when I get that email? How do I feel when so-and-so says, like, what are we going to do for Mother's Day? How does that make me feel? And it's okay that every day could be a different feeling. It's okay to not know, like Michelle said, like, it's okay. And that's it. Like, accepting that how you feel or don't feel is okay. And it's okay to not be psyched about Mother's Day. It's okay to want to not subscribe to that day, right? But giving yourself, I think, a plan, doing a ritual on that day, you know, it's a ritual to honor yourself. And I also think the way you mother yourself is beautiful. And it's okay to say no. Don't judge yourself. Be easy on yourself. Yeah, that's all I got for you guys, but just thinking about you. And you know, it's a heavy time, because spring is really the time of like excitement, and you know, in Chinese medicine, it's time of rebirth and birth, and you know, it's just it's tough. And I think Mother's Day is one of those days that just hits hard. Even if you are a mother and you're struggling for number 2 or number 3, or even if you have all your children but you're still remembering your losses, or that you've lost your mother or a grandmother or another mother figure that's super important to you, or that you are childless and motherless. And you know, there's just so many parts of it that are heavy. And so let's honor that. You don't have to, you know, I also think like the media is just, you know, sensationalizes everything. It's like most people have a hard day. Aw, thank you for saying that. Yeah, I love you guys. I'm cheering for you guys. And the struggle is real though. You know, I always say if I had a magic wand and I could make this all go away, I just would, right? I hate seeing the struggle. I hate it. It sucks. But you guys are really good humans who are worthy of everything that you desire. And you are beautiful and magnificent, and you are showing up for yourself in beautiful and magnificent ways. And I trust that, you know, life will unfold for you in beautiful ways. So be easy on yourself, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. And put that spam filter on about Mother's Day. Get those emails out of your fucking inbox. You don't need to see them. You don't need to be triggered. But when you do get triggered, just remind yourself, I honor myself and my commitment and how I'm showing up. And right now, I don't feel great, and that's okay. Or I feel X, and that's okay. Right. I'll see you guys later.